Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Aquaman Andromeda #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here for Aquaman Andromeda #1. It is a DC Black Label comic, and it is by Ram V and Christian Ward. And on the first page, we get introduced to the main character, who's named Miss Vern. We see her here as a little girl, and she's talking about how her dad introduced her to the concept of the oceans, and that from his talking about it, made her really want to become a marine biologist. And then we cut to modern day, where Miss Vern is full grown. She is with a team that has found something in the ocean. There's been some kind of UFO that has landed in the water, and this team of scientists and deep sea divers have been hired to go down and figure out what this thing is. So there's a submarine that Miss Vern and the crew are on, and then there's a boat on top named the Esperanza, which is there to get them out in case of trouble or to kind of give cover for why they're there, because they're not supposed to be there. So the submarine team finally gets to the crash site and discovers the alien ship deep in a place called Point Nemo. And then we cut to an old native woman who is part of a tribe that has been visited by Aquaman for many, many years. They say he's been coming since he was young, and now he's kind of older. And she's talking to him about his past visits and how next time he comes, she will not be here. But he knows something's going on in the water, so he needs to leave. We get to see this really cool shot of what his armor looks like with these shells and barnacles and a more organic shape to them. Then we cut to Black Manta, who is actually being hired by another company to find the alien spacecraft. And he is a pirate, so he's not a good guy. They're hiring him to pretty much take out the ship that's already there and recover the alien spacecraft for them. And I like this page a lot because we get to see his full Black Manta costume, which looks pretty badass. And then we cut back to the crew who's underwater with Miss Vern, and they are just kind of observing this alien spacecraft. They don't want to make a move and disturb it. They don't know what they're going to find, so they're just kind of holding until they figure out what to do with it. And while Miss Vern is looking at it on that observation deck, the alien ship sends out a signal blast, and it seems to be calling something. And that's where I'm going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else in this book. So even though I'm a big DC fan, I haven't read too much Aquaman. He's never really intrigued me as a character, but this book really did suck me in. Ram V did a really good job of creating tone here. It is a bit of a slow burn, but I was there for it the whole time. And I think a lot of that's due to the art being so awesome. I mean, Christian Ward did a hell of a job with every page in this book. I love that you picked this book up for the cover because it looks very cool. And then you open it up and it looks just as good inside. So that's awesome. But with the story, it was mostly set up, but in a good way. Like all these elements are kind of converging. And I don't want to spoil too much, but there definitely is a lot of cool action scenes later on in the book. And Aquaman definitely gets his time to shine in that part of the story. I would say my only problem with the story, and it's not that big of a problem, but I did notice that Aquaman isn't in this book as much as some of the other characters. Like obviously Miss Vern is the main character that we're focusing on to tell the story. So I did find myself asking where Aquaman was a couple of times, but I think it's supposed to be like that because Ram V is trying to set the tone of this book more than just make like an Aquaman action book. So that's probably why he's going from the point of view of Miss Vern. And I think he's doing a really good job. So I'm not faulting him for not just focusing on Aquaman the entire time. And like I already said, the art is amazing. There's so many beautiful double page spreads in this book. And because this is Black Label, it's one of those oversized books. So I felt like this was a really good story to be in one of those oversized books because the art was so good. It actually made it feel like more special. So I will definitely be picking up the rest of these issues because it was fantastic. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. It was pretty much flawless. Like I said, it was a little bit of a slow burn, but I understand that Ram V's trying to build his, world and story and everything. So I'm definitely on board. So if you saw anything you like, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see y'all in the next one.